Hi, welcome to videos on Remote Lab. So in this video we will see the working of one of the op-amp application, that is Smith trigger. So for that, okay, let us select op-amp. In this we have so many other experiments, out of which we will select other applications. In these other applications we have Smith trigger. So then we have this inverting Smith trigger, and inverting Smith trigger has got four different combinations. So let us select INVST1. So this is the circuit diagram of inverting Smith trigger, where we will be using the input voltage from channel 1 will be applied to the inverting terminal, and we will apply the reference voltage to this resistor R1 through second channel. So this will be a DC voltage. Here this will be a sine wave. Okay, let me just go for conduction of this particular experiment, and we'll observe the waveforms on the analog discovery. So let me just go here and then make sure that I can able to. Okay, this is. So I will conduct the experiment. Once I start conduct the experiment, let me go to this wavegen and apply the waveform. I'm applying a 100 Hertz 4 volt amplitude waveform. So with the amplitude ranging from 4 to -4, and I have a reference voltage. Maybe let us make the reference voltage as 0 initially. So I don't have a reference voltage. Let me now turn on this. Now you can see uh, this is the output waveform what we are looking at, and let me just okay, I can stop this. So this is the circuit diagram, and we know that the output voltage of Smith trigger is always going to be plus Vsat and minus Vsat, and of course we need to apply an amplitude of the input voltage so that it crosses VTH and VTL. If you can see, the VTH is happen to be somewhere here, maybe around 1.2 or 3 volt, and VTL is also close to that minus value. Even if I apply an amplitude of a sine wave, I think even if it is 2 volts, I think it would be sufficient. You can see I will change the amplitude to 2 volt. So let me see whether it now you can see I just made it 2 volts. Okay, for 2 volts it is not crossing because VTH VTL is more than 2. So let me make this equal to 3 now. Okay, 3 is sufficient. Can see you can certainly find out what is that threshold voltage. Threshold voltage is somewhere slightly more than 2 volt. So this way we can able to get the output voltage crossing the VTH and VTL. The output will have a transition from plus to minus and minus to plus. So we are selecting low frequency because this op-amp will have a slew rate which is not very great. So that's why we have chosen a low frequency. Let us see what happens if I choose a high frequency signal. Maybe you can just take it as 1 kilohertz. I will change this to bit. You can see this is for 1 kilohertz also, this is fine. If I further increase the frequency, you can see the slew rate impact will come, so that you can able to observe here. Can you see this effect? So this is the slew rate effect, so which is taking some time to go from plus Vsat to minus Vsat and minus Vsat to plus Vsat. So that's why, to avoid these type of slew rate effect at the output, we keep the frequency of the input signal relatively low, even if it is 500 Hertz or so on. So this would be fine. So let me change this time period accordingly as I change my. Okay, this is fine. So we can actually find out what is the VTH VTL from this itself. So here you can see this is making. Okay, let me just stop it here. It is making a transition somewhere here, so I can actually find out that voltage of input voltage where it makes a transition. This is somewhere around minus 2.21 volts, and this is around C1 is close to 1.2 46 volt, 1.46 volts. So this is VTH and VTL. This is actually VTH and this is VTL, which we can also get it using this hysteresis. I can have the hysteresis here. We can say this is VTH, VTL. This is it is making a transition from plus V side to minus V side. This happens to be of course this point happens to be VTH, and the transition of this is actually VTL. We can clearly see the impact of change in frequency over here. So this slant will slightly increase. I'll show you that. You can see if I increase the frequency of this to something like 10 kilohertz, you can see the change here. Can you see here? Of course, this 10 kilohertz is too much. So what I'll do, I'll slightly make it maybe around 5 kilohertz and then show you that impact. Maybe 5 kilohertz. Okay, this is what you can able to see. Of course, you can still make this 4 volt. Okay, this is you can see this is taking some time to go from plus V side to minus V side. Okay, this will be straight if you reduce the frequency to a lesser value. So maybe reduce the frequency here. This is the transition that is happening from plus V side to minus V side. This is VTH, that is VTL. So you can just stop it here and then measure the values. Of course, you can make the measurement either here where it is having a transition, or you can measure it from the hysteresis. Let us see the impact of offset voltage, that is the reference voltage over here. If I change the reference voltage as per the equation, the VTH and VTL will also change. We can make both VTH and VTLs positive as well as negative. So let me just demonstrate that. So I will increase this amplitude. Let me keep it in run mode. I will just keep on increasing this amplitude. You can see it is started moving. Okay, let me just run this. As I'm just increasing this positive voltage, you can see the hysteresis is moving towards the right side. Can you see it is now it has gone so high that it is not making a transition. Let me just slightly reduce it. Let me make this 5 volt and then try to make both of them positive. See now, somewhere here, no, for this combination it is becoming difficult to make it both positive. It's not becoming. So we will just try to see whether I can able to make it both negative. So it is not possible, maybe because the hysteresis width is too much. Yeah, at least you can now make it both of them are negative. You can see this is VTH, this is VTL, both are negative. So this is how we can able to change the VTH VTL, by changing the reference voltage. The other way of changing VTH VTL is go for different combination. So let me go for a different combination where the values of R1 R2 will be different. If I conduct, now you can see it is totally different. You can see the hysteresis width is very small, whereas in the previous case you can see the hysteresis width is so much. So maybe in the second case I can make both VTH VTL both positive. So what I'll do is I'll just go to this reference voltage and I will make the reference voltage positive, so that both VTH and VTL are positive. See now, both VTH and VTL are positive. So it is possible to make both VTH VTL positive by changing the reference voltage as well as the R1 R2s. Let us try out for other value of this Schmitt trigger. Let me just try out for this. Now I can see it is again the hysteresis width is too much, so maybe it is difficult to make both of them positive. Let us try out for other combination. Over here you can see this is relatively not too small, not too large in terms of hysteresis. So this way we can able to change the values of R1, R2 as well as the reference voltage, and we can theoretically find out what is the VTH VTL, and we can certainly verify that with your uh, practical values. So we will also see this Smith trigger in non-inverting mode. So this is my non-inverting Smith trigger. So now the input voltage is applied over here, and this is the reference voltage. So I will select the first combination and I will just switch on this. So here we need to be a bit careful. Let me apply slightly lesser amplitude. So I'll go back to this. I will apply bit lesser. You see that it is got distorted. I will apply relatively lesser amplitude. Let me just apply something like 3 here. This is fine. Now you can see this is not making transition, means the reference voltage or the VTH VTL are so high that your output is not, sorry, your input is not crossing that. So let me just reduce this. This is fine. You can see this is, I'll make it first 0. You can see now this is VTH having a transition from minus VSAT to plus VSAT. This is VTL where it is making a transition from plus VSAT to minus VSAT. So this is non-inverting Smith trigger. Only thing is that we have to apply a bit small lesser amplitude. Of course, amplitude should not be too less also. Suppose if you make it 1 volt, if it is not crossing that threshold voltage, which is again depending the values of R1, R2 on the V reference. So by that we can able to apply appropriate amplitude of the sine wave. Okay, 2 volt is also sufficient. You can apply 3 volt also, it is fine. Now you can change the reference voltage. You can see hysteresis keep on moving from right to left. Both can be negative, both can be positive, and I can choose a different combination of resistors. Okay, actually these T1, T2, T3s will actually indicate different combination of resistance, which I'll be sharing with you people so that you can able to verify what are the theoretical and practical values. And you can just conduct here. You can see upon conducting this hysteresis width has increased for that given combination. This is 3 now. You can see this is almost slightly more than that. Let me try for this. This is such that, okay, for this reference voltage and input voltage it is not making transition. Let me change the reference voltage. Now you can see this is fine. It is so wide, so let me make this equal to maybe 4 volts. This is fine. Here you can see this issue will come whenever the input voltage exceeds the saturation voltage, then it is more than that. So let me make it 3.2. This is also exceeding. Let me make it 3 is fine. Let me make this 3, and let me make this reference voltage negative. If I make it negative, this will work out. So this way we can able to get whatever threshold voltage you want. Of course, what you can do is you can select a particular combination, conduct the experiment, make sure that you are applying suitable amplitude and the reference voltage. So keep the frequency bit low, change the reference voltage, and then you can see hysteresis keep on changing. So this is non-inverting amplifier. Of course, if the amplitude is very less, you will not get the transition. Okay, this way we can able to conduct both inverting and non-inverting Smith trigger using the remote lab. So output is always from plus VSAT to minus VSAT. So this is how we can able to conduct the experiment. Thank you.